Hi everyone. I had made a video before driving in my car talking about how to survive being in the presence of and staying at home with our dysfunctional family. And that time for me is coming to an end. I am now going to share how to recover from being with our dysfunctional family. I do think it is really, really important to credit anyone who wants to keep being in relationship with your dysfunctional family. I know that it's a hard decision to make, and the fact that you choose to do it, I hope, is a sign of the abundance in your life, not of dysfunctional codependence or guilt tripping or anything else. The thing is that when we choose to keep being in relationship with our dysfunctional families, there's a reason behind it. There is still love you have to give. You may be in a better place of abundance to do so in small chunks. You might have a purpose. You might not have a choice. Your parents might be elderly and they need your help. You might need their help in some way. And I hope that you do receive that help in healthy ways, not in binding, codependent ways. People are capable of giving love and services with no strings attached. And I hope that you are able to define those mental and emotional boundaries for yourself, and physical boundaries in order to be in relationship. It fulfills you and your purpose and helps you overflow with love for other people as you would for strangers in this world. So after you have spent time with your dysfunctional family, I know that we can all feel really, really stir crazy, hysterical, and burnt out. I know. And for me, it really comes out as getting more irritable and snappy, even not sleeping well overnight because I don't want to be irritable or snappy. Let's say I don't want to react, but my body needs to release it somehow. So then recently, I think it's been in the form of sleeping less at night. But whatever you are feeling, I think that it's really great for you to reflect on the whole experience after you've seen each other for a visit or whatever, and recap anything that was really painful for you, anything that was really triggering. Try to itemize it, I observed this behavior that drives me insane every time. I observed this behavior that reminded me from my childhood experience that was disappointing. I reacted in this way that I am not proud of. I observed these dysfunctional, toxic behaviors. Just write it all down, vent it out, do a vent session, go to a rage room, talk to your therapist, go for happy hour or something, put it out there and release it. Don't even think that you should just keep moving on with your life without doing anything about it first, because your body will retain it. Okay? So after you have had a chance to release it and feel everything and validate yourself for everything you've gone through, I then hope that you can highlight some of the beautiful moments that you saw, if any. And I hope that there were at least one. You only need just one. And I'll tell you what came up for me was that I was starting to pack up to go back to my home now that my husband is coming back from deployment. And all of a sudden, the act of packing my belongings created a rush of cathartic emotions. it was, packing for me was like my exit. It was my closing of this chapter. And it was also suddenly me just really savoring some of the beautiful moments that I got to see between my child and my family. You know, because we can be upset about what we did not get, but that doesn't mean that our family members are not incapable of giving it for other people in other dynamics. And it doesn't mean that we need to be resentful or bitter about it either. If we can see our family members anytime in a better light, wouldn't we rather see them in a better light at any time? Aren't we allowed to change any day? I mean, so are our family members. And none of us are perfect around the clock. And that's why I say, savor the moments that you saw that were beautiful. Just imagine them, visualize it, and really try to visualize it vividly. Replay it in your mind. See the colors, feel the feelings that you felt in that moment. What did you see? What was happening? What was being said? How's everyone reacting? Why is this so beautiful to you? Just savor that. And as you do that, bring it closer and closer to your mind. You know, zoom in on it like it's on this huge screen. Just think about the amazement of being able to see that and being able to capture it in your mind and knowing, wow, I just got to register a really beautiful moment into my mind and into my body. And may I bank on those memories, and may those memories fill me up so that I can let go some more of the trauma that I had in the past. So I hope that you do find something to savor from your experience that's helping you find gratitude. And then the third thing that I would do to recover from spending time with my dysfunctional family is I would think and reflect on myself if there's anything that I want to do better in the future. And that is saying that we are human beings capable of learning and correcting and adapting in healthy ways. So if I identified my own unhealthy patterns, or if I identified the unhealthy patterns in the family member that would drive me insane, I would have to ask myself, if this happens again, or when it happens again, because it's likely that it will, what will I do differently next time? That is something that is in your power. And we cannot focus on wanting others to change. When we are resentful, it is because we are ruminating on the disappointments of the failed expectations our loved ones failed to meet for us. And that can only be cured with deep compassion for ourselves, for what we went through, compassion for the other person, for their shortcoming, and so much grace and humility for a better outcome to come about in the future when we are able to work on ourselves, figure out our boundaries, our safe responses instead of destructive reactions. You see, I can't change my family, but I should really make sure I'm not setting them up in that way, and I'm not setting myself up in that way to react. So when you're recovering, I hope you spend time to really validate and release everything you're feeling. That's number one. Number two, I hope you capture and really vividly imagine and savor in your body and in your mind any beautiful moments that you saw. And number 3, if there is anything that you really are feeling crazy about, that is still really upsetting you and that you know is going to happen again, and you want it to be different so that you can be different, you can show up differently, or you can help them, then think about an interruption for the pattern, for the behavioral pattern that you can do. I hope that this is helpful for you. If it was, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel so that I can get that support. And, you know, apparently once I get to 50 subscribers, I can go live. And I would much rather go live than do these videos because I'm not sure how much time I have for editing, being working in military spouse and mom life, you know? But I would also like to be connected to people. So I will put it in the description, a Facebook group I have. If you are a woman who wants to be in a sisterhood of talking about raw mental health, self-care, self-love, abundance, and overflowing with loving service for others around us. Like I said, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.